Hey guys.
Hello. How's it going?
Good. Oh. It's going great. That was not
Awesome.
supposed to be for me, was it?
Whatever.
I'm Shaman.
I'm Yolanda.
And I'm confused.
We're the connected relationship.
Right.
And a lot of what we do in the coaching couples realm is to take a look at things and like wrap words around experiences,
Right.
kind of make the implicit, the things that we don't talk about, explicit, because
Right.
it's the not talking about them that contributes to
Right.
these problems in our relationships.
Right. Particularly when it comes to like balance in relationship, right? Like duties and things we do and our contribution to the overall gestalt of the family, right? You know,
Right.
like everybody ends up kind of gravitating around the things they do, you
Right.
know, in like both couples in a relationship,
Right.
or both
Right.
people that are part of that couple in a relationship. I can't speak
Both
today,
partners.
sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I take the garbage out, and you do
Right.
this with the kids, and I
Yeah.
do that with this. And
Yeah,
blah,
and a
blah,
lot
blah.
of them kind of fall along stereotypical, gendered kind of
Right, kind of
tasks.
define
Right.
old caveman kind of things.
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is, statistically, women are doing 2/3 of the work at home, and pre-pandemic that was hard enough, but
Right.
as we've gone through pandemic and added things like homeschooling and that kind of thing, like
Right.
there's been a drastic leave of women in the workforce because
Absolutely.
it was just too
Too
much
much, right.
to try to juggle
Too
at all of the
overwhelming,
pieces.
Too taxing,
Right, right.
And when it came to that decision of, okay, who's going to leave the workforce
Right.
to do this, more often than not, it's the woman that lays on her sword and says, I'll do it.
Yeah, well, for all number of reasons, and a lot of it is just kind of how we're conditioned in our society, those kinds of things, and so it leaves women overwhelmed, frustrated, resentful,
Exhausted.
and exhausted. Like the women that I talk to are so exhausted.
Right.
And it's hard to be in relationship when you are overwhelmed and frustrated and resentful.
Well, the interesting
and
piece
exhausted.
of that exhaustion too is that it's not just the tasks.
Right.
It's the mental capacity to work towards these tasks. How
Right.
do I lay out on the schedule all the things that need to be done?
Right,
And how do I get the
right.
kids here to this practice?
It's
and
the
that
running
thing?
ticker in the brain of like the list of things that needs to be taken care of.
Right.
Right. And like even, from the scheduling piece, like thinking through the logistics of the scheduling piece to what are we going to take for, snack for the soccer, game this week.
It's a million things going on.
It is. And because these are not things that we necessarily talk about, we just feel the overwhelm and the frustration and the resentment and the exhaustion. It's hard to come up with a solution. It's hard to identify what needs to change.
Right. It's hard to get some balance.
It's hard to find that balance. It comes out as like, a lot of times it comes out as angry overwhelm, right?
Yeah.
Why can't you just help out more?
Right. It comes out sideways. You're not helping me. You're not, whatever.
Yeah. And the guys are like, I take out the trash and, and it's true. There are the things
Oh yeah, they
that,
definitely contribute.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So, a lot of women are hearing this and they're like, yeah, like I can identify with what you're saying.
Right.
Some women are hearing this and are going, yeah, but that's just the way that things are, right? A lot of the guys are thinking, oh, I do help.
Right.
Right. So here's a pro tip.
Yeah.
Take a week and each of you write down everything.
All the tasks.
Everything that you do.
And then even the task, planning the tasks.
The mental,
right?
the mental load, the
and all
physical
that.
load, right? The, to-do list, all of it. Make a note of all of this. And this is not for the purpose of like weaponizing, like, look, my list is so much longer.
No, because that's going to come out with a really bad result.
Right, because we know that, statistically we know that quid pro quo, like I do this and you do that, it's not healthy for relationships.
And it's not going to get you
either.
anywhere.
No, but it's just an externalization of like, this is what the reality is.
Right.
And then as you have that tangible list, you can each take a look and say, what can we adjust here?
Right. Where can we create a little balance in all of it?
Yeah.
You know, what more things can I give to you, or can I take on, or, you know, whatever way, shape, fashion, or form, but how can we adjust it so it feels a little more equitable?
Yeah, a little more balanced.
A little more balanced across the board.
Yeah, and that might not be a shift from my list to your list. That might be a, hey, let's do this thing together.
Absolutely.
Right? So, you know, if you think about meals, if you think like dinner time, right? It is the meal prep. It's like finding recipes if you do that.
Shopping.
It's the grocery shopping.
Right.
It's the prepping of the food. It's the
cooking.
It's the trying to figure out when you're going to eat in between, you know, school and work and, you know, practices and that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
So maybe you meal prep together. Maybe you come up with a recipes together, or maybe you shop together, or, you know, there's so many different ways to divvy that up.
Absolutely.
So the invitation is to do that, to go through the next week and just make a list.
Right. Try to create some balance in that.
Mm-hmm. And
just, hey, what things can we tackle together?
Mm-hmm.
What things do we need to split apart?
Right.
And the things that are split apart, are they split apart kind of equitably?
Right.
You know?
Right. And
how
then
can we take the load off of each other?
The load off of each other so you have more time for each other.
Absolutely.
And the things that you enjoy doing. So allow that to be part of the conversation too.
Right.
Like, let's talk
that should
about
be a major focus of the conversation.
Mm-hmm. Let's
how
talk about
do we
how
do this together so that we can have more time together?
Mm-hmm.
You got my man.
There's that. it has been said that the greatest foreplay is an empty dishwasher. So, you know.
I'm going to go home and do dishes.
Go home and do the dishes. We'll see you soon.